Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. SoftBank's CEO Masayoshi Son has declared that the artificial intelligence revolution will be 50 times bigger than the dot-com boom of the 2000s. He told CNBC on Monday. Son, whose company recently committed 75 billion euros to build AI infrastructure in France, stated that he is undeterred by the prospect of a market correction. He believes any downturn would present the best investment opportunity. Drawing parallels to the 1929 Wall Street crash, he noted that markets eventually rose for many decades. SoftBank has also partnered with OpenAI on its Stargate project, with OpenAI representing over 20% of SoftBank's net asset value, while ARM Holdings remains its largest holding at over 50%. Son expressed confidence in OpenAI's future success amidst talks of its impending IPO. CBS News reports that President Trump, in a Truth Social post, expressed optimism for a deal to de-escalate the Iran conflict, urging critics to sit back and relax. It will all work out well in the end. These comments followed new U.S. self-defense strikes targeting Iranian radar and drone sites over the weekend, which Central Command stated were in response to aggressive Iranian actions, including the shoot-down of another American drone. Iran's foreign ministry, in turn, accused the U.S. of violating the ceasefire and vowed to defend its national security after Kuwait reported intercepting Iranian missile and drone attacks. Meanwhile, Israel expanded its offensive against Iranian-backed Hezbollah in southern Lebanon, capturing the medieval Beaufort Castle and leading to Lebanese President Joseph Aoun condemning the vicious and reprehensible Israeli aggression. The UN Security Council is set to hold an emergency meeting on Lebanon. Mediators, led by Pakistan, continue to discuss a memorandum of understanding between the U.S. and Iran, with Trump's edits focusing on the Strait of Hormuz and enriched uranium and potential sanctions relief for Iran based on diplomatic progress. Al Jazeera reports that the United States and Iran have engaged in fresh exchanges of attacks, even as diplomatic talks continue to seek a peace agreement. Despite a ceasefire that came into effect on April 8, both sides have sporadically targeted each other's military assets. The U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, announced strikes on Iranian radar and drone sites in Goruk and on Qishim Island over the weekend, in response to Iran shooting down a U.S. MQ-1 drone. In retaliation, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, stated it struck a U.S. airbase in the Gulf region. Kuwait also reported intercepting missile and drone attacks. Tensions are further heightened by Iran's de facto blockade of the Strait of Hormuz and a U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports. U.S. President Donald Trump stated he is close to a very good deal, but media reports suggest he is toughening the terms. Iranian officials express a lack of trust in the U.S. as a negotiating partner, citing past broken agreements and military strikes during talks, and firmly assert their right to control the strategic Strait of Hormuz. The French Navy, with the backing of the United Kingdom, has intercepted a Russian oil tanker suspected of belonging to Russia's shadow fleet and attempting to circumvent international sanctions. The tanker, identified as the Tagore, was boarded on Sunday in the Atlantic Ocean. French President Emmanuel Macron announced the operation on social media, highlighting that such vessels are unacceptable as they violate maritime law, finance Russia's war in Ukraine, and pose threats to security and the environment. According to French authorities, the Tagore had sailed from Murmansk and was falsely flying a Cameroonian flag while en route to Limbe, Cameroon. The maritime prefecture stated the vessel was known and tracked, and its flag's validity was being verified. The tanker was reportedly nearly empty at the time of the boarding. This interception is part of ongoing efforts by France and other Western countries to crack down on the Shadow Fleet, a network of ships used by Russia to bypass oil price caps and sanctions imposed following its 2022 invasion of Ukraine. Al Jazeera reports that France has previously boarded 3 other similar vessels, allowing them to proceed after owners paid fines. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.